Have you ever felt like you're lost in a sea of faces, desperately wanting to stand out but not knowing how? I've been there, believe me. And let me tell you, it's not a pleasant place to be. The feeling of invisibility, being just another face in the crowd, can be overwhelming. But what if I told you there's a way to step out of that crowd and become the person everyone naturally follows? A path that doesn't require superpowers or a stroke of luck, but rather dedication, self-awareness, and constant practice. Think about it for a second. Visualize it clearly. Imagine walking into any place, a meeting room full of executives, a crowded party of strangers, even a bustling supermarket on a Saturday, and instantly feeling eyes turn towards you. Not because of your expensive clothes or impressive title, but because of your presence. That magnetic aura that makes people naturally want to hear what you have to say, follow your ideas, and trust your judgment. This magnetism, my friends, is what truly separates leaders from followers in any situation in life. But let's be completely honest here. No one, absolutely no one, is born knowing how to lead. It's not something programmed into our DNA or that magically appears when we reach a certain age or position. Leadership is a skill, just like riding a bike, cooking a perfect omelet, or speaking a new language. And like any valuable skill, it can be learned, practiced, and with time and dedication, mastered until it becomes natural and instinctive for you. So, where do we start on this transformative journey? At the beginning, of course. And the beginning, in this fascinating case of leadership, is you. Have you heard that old wise saying, know thyself? Well, it's not just a cute phrase to post on Instagram with a picture of you looking thoughtfully at the horizon. It's the first and most crucial step to becoming a true leader, someone who inspires and positively influences others. Let's do a quick and revealing exercise. Grab a piece of paper and a pen right now. Go ahead, I'll wait, no rush. Got it? Great. Now, I want you to list 3 things you're truly exceptional at, things people always praise you for, or skills you know stand out. Then list 3 areas where, well, let's say you could use a bit more development. Be brutally honest with yourself. No one else will see this list, so there's no need to brag or put yourself down. The goal is pure and simple self-awareness. Done? Excellent job. Now take a close look at that list. Examine it carefully. These are the fundamental tools you'll use to build your unique and authentic leadership. Your strengths? These are your secret superpowers. Use them fearlessly, refine them even further, let them shine in every situation. As for your areas of improvement, they aren't permanent weaknesses. They're your golden opportunities for growth and personal development. Remember Steve Jobs, the legendary co-founder of Apple? He was a true genius when it came to product vision and innovative design, but he openly admitted that he knew nothing, absolutely nothing, about complex engineering. Instead of pretending he knew or seeing it as a fatal flaw, he did something brilliant. He surrounded himself with people who made up for his limitations in that area. He brought in talented engineers like Steve Wozniak, who could turn his visions into tangible reality. And look where Apple ended up, one of the most valuable and influential companies in the world. But knowing your technical skills is just the beginning of the journey of self-awareness. The real challenge, and what truly separates exceptional leaders from mediocre ones, is knowing who you are at your core. What are your fundamental values, those principles you wouldn't trade for anything, even under pressure? What do you stand for passionately, even when it's inconvenient or unpopular? What gets you out of bed every morning with a sense of purpose beyond the annoying alarm clock and the need to pay bills? These aren't easy questions to answer. I know that well. They require deep reflection, brutal honesty with yourself, and often the courage to face uncomfortable truths about who you are and what you really want from life. But they are absolutely crucial questions on the path to authentic leadership. Because at the end of the day, people don't follow technical skills or impressive titles. They follow conviction. They follow authenticity. They follow someone who knows exactly who they are, what they stand for, and isn't afraid to show it to the world, with all their imperfections and uniqueness. And here's the most exciting and perhaps surprising part. The deeper you know yourself, the more naturally fluid and powerful your communication with others becomes. It's almost magical, like unlocking a new level in a real-life video game. Suddenly, The right words flow more easily from your mouth. Your physical posture subtly shifts to convey more confidence. Your voice takes on a tone of conviction that people around you can't help but notice and respect. Speaking of communication, let's talk about a superpower that many people unfortunately forget or underestimate on the path to leadership: the art of truly listening. Yes, you read that right. Listening. Not just politely waiting for your turn to speak while the other person moves their lips. Not just half listening while mentally preparing your next brilliant sentence. I'm talking about real, genuine listening. All your attention and empathy. Next time you're conversing with someone, whether it's a coworker, a close friend, or even a stranger, try this transformative exercise. Focus 100% of your attention on what the person is saying. Temporarily forget what you're going to respond with. Forget your day's worries, your plans for later, that TV series you're eager to continue watching. Just listen. Notice not only the words being said, but the tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. Try to truly understand not just what the person is saying, but why they are saying it and how they feel about it. You'll be genuinely surprised at how much you learn when you practice this active and empathetic listening. But more than that, you'll be amazed at how much people notice and deeply appreciate this kind of attention. People have a sixth sense for realizing when they are truly being heard and understood, and it creates a powerful and lasting connection. It's like you're saying without needing words, you are important. What you have to say matters. I value your perspective and experience. Of course, at some point in the conversation or situation, you will need to speak. Leadership, after all, also involves expressing ideas, providing direction, and inspiring action. And when that crucial moment arrives, remember this fundamental principle. Assertiveness is your best friend and ally. But be careful. Assertiveness is by no means synonymous with aggression or arrogance. It's not about shouting louder than others, rudely interrupting, or forcefully imposing your will. True assertiveness is about expressing your ideas, opinions, and needs, clarity, confidence, and mutual respect. Try incorporating phrases like, "in my opinion," "based on my experience," or "I believe that," into your vocabulary. It might seem like a small detail at first, but it makes a huge difference in how your message is received. These expressions show that you're confident enough in your convictions to express them openly, but also humble enough to recognize that other perspectives exist and are equally valid. This paves the way for genuine and constructive dialogue instead of an authoritative monologue or a competitive debate where everyone loses. And please, never ever underestimate the power of your body language. Your body speaks as loudly as your mouth, sometimes even louder. Pay conscious attention to your physical posture. Keep your shoulders back but relaxed. Hold your head up, conveying confidence without arrogance. Cultivate a steady gaze that is friendly and welcoming. You don't need to look like an army general about to start a battle, but a confident and open posture works wonders for how people perceive and respond to your presence. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the obstacle many aspiring leaders face silently: lack of self-confidence. You know that annoying, critical voice in your head? The one that occasionally, or frequently, whispers that you're not good enough, that you're an imposter about to be found out, that you don't deserve success or recognition. Well, here's a newsflash that might surprise you. Everyone has that voice. Even the most successful and seemingly unshakable leaders you admire. The real difference lies in how we deal with it and prevent it from paralyzing us. The first step to building solid and authentic self-confidence is to start recognizing and celebrating your victories, no matter how small they might seem at first glance. Finish that complicated report on time, even though you had to pull an all-nighter. That's a victory, my friend. Finally made that difficult call to a dissatisfied client you'd been avoiding for days. Clear victory. Got out of bed on a particularly challenging day when all you wanted was to hide under the covers? Guess what? That's also a significant victory. Trick here is to consciously create a positive memory bank, counterbalance that critical inner voice. It's like making a personalized motivational playlist for your brain. Every small success, every obstacle overcome, every moment of courage is a new powerful song added to this mental playlist. And what about the dreaded fear of failure? Well, I have news that might initially seem discouraging, but is actually incredibly liberating. Failure is not just possible, it is practically inevitable in any journey of growth and leadership. But you know what else is equally true about failure? It is temporary. And more importantly, it is incredibly instructive when approached with the right mindset. Think about the legendary inventor Thomas Edison for a moment. That man failed over 1,000 times, before finally creating the functional light bulb that revolutionized the world. But each of those failures wasn't really a failure in his view. As he himself said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each unsuccessful attempt taught him something new and crucial. Each mistake brought him one step closer to the historic success he eventually achieved. So, the next time you face a setback, project that didn't work out, an idea that wasn't well received, and this will happen, I assure you, don't despair. Don't hide. Don't fall into the trap of self-deprecation. Instead, take a deep breath, step back, and ask yourself these powerful questions. What can I learn from this experience? How can I use this apparent failure to become stronger, wiser, more resilient? What adjustments do I need to make in my approach to increase my chances of success next time? Adopting this growth mindset, where challenges are seen as learning opportunities rather than threats to your personal value, is one of the most powerful and transformative traits of a truly effective and inspiring leader. Now, let's talk about something that truly separates exceptional leaders from followers or mediocre leaders: the ability to make sound decisions, even in the face of uncertainty. In a world where we are bombarded with more information and options than ever before in human history, the ability to make quick, effective, and well-founded decisions is practically a superpower these days. Many people, even those in leadership positions, become paralyzed when faced with important decisions. They analyze endlessly, ponder every detail, research obsessively, all in the quest for the perfect and foolproof decision. But here's an inconvenient truth that every effective leader eventually learns. In the overwhelming majority of cases, there is no 100% perfect or risk-free decision. What exists, and what we should strive for, is the best possible decision with the information available at the time. Develop a decision-making process that works for you and your team. A simple and surprisingly effective method that I've seen work in various contexts is as follows. Clarify the decision. Clearly define what decision needs to be made. Understand the scope and implication. Gather information. Collect relevant information and perspectives, but set a time limit to avoid overanalysis. Evaluate options. Consider the possible options and their potential outcome. Use a pros and cons list if helpful. Make the decision. Choose the best option based on the available information. Trust your judgment and intuition. Take action. Implement the decision with confidence and commitment. Ensure that everyone involved understands their roles and responsibilities. Review and learn. After implementation, review the outcome. Reflect on what worked, what didn't, and what can be learned for future decision. By following this process, you can make decisions more efficiently and with greater confidence. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress and continuous improvement. Embrace the learning opportunities that come with every decision, and you will become a more effective and inspiring leader. Identify the problem or decision to be made clearly. Be specific and avoid mixing multiple issues. Gather truly relevant information. Note that I said relevant information, not all possible information. An excess of data can be as paralyzing as a lack of it. List your viable options. Again, this doesn't need to be an exhaustive list of every conceivable possibility, just the most realistic and promising ones. Evaluate the pros and cons of each option honestly. Try to be as objective as possible, considering both short-term and long-term impacts. Choose the best option based on your analysis. Trust your judgment and intuition cultivated by experience. Act. Implement your decision with confidence and commitment. Hesitation at this point can undermine the whole process. Evaluate the results and adjust as necessary. No decision is final and immutable. Be prepared to make course corrections if circumstances change, and always remember this fundamental principle. An imperfect decision made at the right time is usually far better than a perfect decision comes too late. Perfection, though a noble ideal to aspire to, is often the silent enemy of real progress. Sometimes you simply need to choose a path and move forward with determination, adjusting your course as you go and learn more. But being a truly effective leader isn't just about you, your skills, and your decisions. It's equally, if not more, about inspiring and motivating others to give their best, to reach heights they never thought possible. It's like being the conductor of an incredibly talented and diverse symphony orchestra. Your job isn't to play all the instruments yourself. That would be impossible and counterproductive. Your role is to ensure that each musician is playing in harmony, giving their best to create something greater and more beautiful than the sum of the individual parts. To do this effectively, you need to develop a deep understanding of what truly motivates the people around you. And here's a fundamental truth that many leaders take time to grasp. Different people are motivated by different things. Some are driven by public recognition of their achievements. Others are energized by complex intellectual challenges. Still, others are moved by a deep sense of purpose and social impact. Your mission as a leader is to discover what makes each person on your team tick, what lights that spark in their eyes, and then strategically align this with the larger goals of the group or organization. An incredibly powerful tool for this is to create and consistently communicate a shared and inspiring vision. People at their core don't just want a paycheck at the end of the month and a list of tasks to complete. They yearn to feel like they're part of something bigger, something meaningful, something that makes a difference in the world. Communicate clearly and passionately where you're going as a team or organization, and even more importantly, why. What is the larger purpose behind the daily work? How do each individual's actions contribute to this bigger goal? Make everyone feel like an essential part of this epic journey, not mere extras, crucial protagonists in the collective success. And please, never ever underestimate the overwhelming power of leading by example. People in the end don't religiously follow what you say. They keenly observe and follow what you do, especially in tough and challenging moments. If you want to cultivate a culture of punctuality and responsibility, be the first to arrive and the last to leave when necessary. If you want to foster an environment of innovation and creativity, be the first to propose bold ideas and embrace change, even when it's uncomfortable. If you aim to promote a culture of continuous learning and growth, demonstrate your own unwavering commitment to personal and professional development. Of course, not everything is smooth sailing on the path of leadership. Conflicts will inevitably arise. Unexpected problems will appear at the most inconvenient times. Crises will test your resilience and that of your team. It is precisely in these challenging moments that a true leader truly shines and stands out. Actively develop your ability to identify potential conflicts before they explode into open crises. It's like being a highly trained emotional detective. Learn to observe subtle changes in people's behavior, unspoken tensions, shifts in the emotional climate of the team. When you identify a potential conflict, resist the common temptation to ignore it in the vain hope that it will magically disappear. Address it head-on, but always with tact, empathy, and respect for all parties involved. By fostering an environment where people feel valued, understood, and part of something meaningful, you not only enhance their individual contributions, but also build a stronger, more cohesive, and resilient team. This, in turn, drives collective success and propels everyone to greater heights than they could achieve alone. Actively cultivate an environment where people feel safe to express their concerns, disagreements, and divergent ideas in a constructive manner. This doesn't mean that everyone will always agree on everything. Such artificial unanimity is often toxic to real innovation and progress. What you seek to create is a culture of mutual respect and a shared commitment to finding the best solutions, even if the process is occasionally uncomfortable or challenging. When it comes to effective conflict resolution, always keep in mind, the ultimate goal is not to win the argument or prove that you are right and others are wrong. The true objective is to find the best possible solution to the issue at hand, one that benefits the team and the organization as a whole in the long run. Sometimes this means making strategic concessions. Other times, it means making tough decisions that not everyone will like in the moment. The important thing is that the process is fair, transparent, and always focused on the collective best interest, not individual egos or petty politics. And when you encounter problems that seem genuinely impossible to solve with traditional approaches, it's time to put on your creative and innovative thinking hat. Boldly challenge the status quo. Ask questions that no one else is daring to ask. Encourage your team to think outside the box, to question long-held assumptions. The best and most revolutionary solutions often come from the most unexpected places. From ideas that initially seemed crazy or impossible. One particularly powerful technique to stimulate this kind of creative thinking is what I call reverse brainstorming. Instead of asking, "How can we solve this problem?" try flipping the question, "How could we make this situation even worse?" This counterintuitive approach often frees the mind from usual limitations and leads to surprising insights about the true nature of the problem and potential innovative solutions. Lastly, but certainly not least, always remember that the world around us is in constant and accelerating change. What works perfectly today may become obsolete tomorrow. The skills that have brought you this far may not be sufficient to take you to the next level. Therefore, adaptability and a commitment to continuous learning are not just desirable qualities, but absolutely essential for any leader aspiring to remain relevant and effective in the long run. Embrace change not as a threat to be feared or resisted, but as a friend and ally in your continuous growth. See every new technology, market shift, and unexpected challenge as an exciting opportunity to learn, grow, and reinvent yourself. Mental and emotional flexibility is your bulletproof vest in the volatile and unpredictable world of business and modern life. Actively seek feedback from all directions: superiors, peers, subordinates, and even customers or external partners. When you receive this feedback, resist the natural temptation to defend or justify yourself. Instead, listen with genuine openness, reflect deeply, and use this valuable information to grow and continuously improve. It's like having an army of mentors and personal coaches working tirelessly for your development. And best of all, it's usually free. Stay voraciously curious and up to date. Read widely, not just in your area of expertise, but across diverse fields that can bring new perspective. Watch inspiring talks, attend workshops and conferences, engage in stimulating discussions with people who think differently from you. Diversified knowledge is power in the information age, and in a world that changes at lightning speed, standing still intellectually is almost a guarantee of obsolescence. Taking control of your life and becoming an inspiring leader in all situations is not a final destination to be reached, but a continuous journey of growth, learning, and self-improvement. It's a challenging journey, no doubt, but also incredibly exciting and rewarding. With the tools and insights we've discussed today, from deep self-awareness to effective communication, from building trust to making wise decisions, from the ability to inspire to creative problem-solving, you are well equipped to embark on this transformative adventure. Always remember, true leadership is not about lofty titles, high positions, or the size of your office. It's about the positive impact you have, constructive influence you exert, and the inspiration you provide to those around you. It's about making a meaningful difference in the lives of others and leaving the world, even if it's just your small corner of it, a little better than you found it. So, the next time you walk into a room, whether it's a corporate boardroom or your kitchen at home, remember, you have within you the latent potential to be that person whom everyone naturally admires and respects. You have the power to lead by example, to inspire with your actions and words, to make a positive difference in the world. Don't passively wait for someone to give you permission or officially name you as a leader. Take control of your life and your destiny. Be the leader you've always dreamed of following. The journey to becoming that better and more impactful version of yourself starts now, this very moment. Every interaction, no matter how trivial it may seem, is an opportunity to practice and hone your leadership skills. Every decision, big or small, is a chance to align your actions with your deepest values. Every challenge, no matter how intimidating, is an invitation to grow, learn, and become stronger. Embrace these opportunities with enthusiasm and courage. Grow through them, not in spite of them. And above all, Never ever stop learning, questioning, evolving. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you start falling behind. The world is literally crying out for authentic, ethical, and inspiring leaders. For people who are unafraid to take responsibility, to make tough decisions when necessary, to inspire others to be the best versions of themselves. The world desperately needs you. Yes, you, taking the reins of your life and leading by example in every sphere of your existence. So, what are you waiting for? The perfect moment? It doesn't exist. The ideal circumstances? They never come. It's time to take control here and now. It's time to take the first step on this exciting journey, becoming the leader you were born to be. The future, your future, the future of those around you, future of the world, is out there, eager and full of possibilities, waiting to see what you will do with it. Go for it. Show the world what you're truly capable of. Take control. Lead. Inspire. Make a difference. Your leadership journey starts now, and the sky's the limit.